I know it's just the start of my YouTube channel, so anybody ask me anything, go right ahead. And if Roman Atwood or Burrito Bob are online now, I really appreciate it if you guys would be in here because I actually just started, so I would like some advice from you guys. So let's see what we got here. Okay, I've only been online for 55 minutes. So, anybody wants to, um, anybody wants to respond, feel free to do so. And I will have this live stream up for a couple times. I mean, I should say probably half an hour or so. So, anybody wants to comment? Pretty appreciated. You guys didn't hear that was me letting my dog in. Which is not really my dog, but she's a. Well, I live at a group home, and we don't get a lot of visitors. But anybody wants to, subscribe to my channel. I got a couple videos on there from when I went over to Boone, Iowa. When I went over to see the Chinese steamer, and the Chinese steamer is having her 1472 inspection. It's supposed to happen every thing's supposed to happen every 15 years or so, because I mean, she's still a fairly new engine, but I mean, she's only like let's see, 1999 or 88. 1988 from 1988 from 2018. Should be like should be like I'm getting like I don't know what I'm getting, but for some reason I'm getting 70 years old. I don't know why, but that's just what I'm getting. And anybody's watching, please ask me any train question you want. And hopefully everybody sees this. And hopefully we get some people on here. I don't know if anybody's got any notifications or anything, but well, for those of you that can see, this is our dog. This is actually the house's dog. Layla, what are you doing? Yeah, I think she's a Shih Tzu Poodle mix, I'm not sure. But that's the dog we got here at the house. And I do have a collection of model trains. I do. I don't really play guitar, but I'm still learning. And I do sing most of the time. So, and it looks like we don't have much people on, so hopefully, hopefully we can get some people on here. And this is actually me testing my live stream. So if anybody's not on here, that's fine. And I do have autism. It's some called Asperger's autism, I think it is. But well, you know, you get used to it. I know it's not really the best kind of disability to have, but I do know a lot of people do care about me, and of course, I have had a few girlfriends in the past, which of course a lot of them didn't really understand my disability. So a lot of them ended up breaking up with me, which I totally understand. Which I know there's plenty of fish in the sea, as I've heard my mother and my dad tell me, and I have had some family losses in the past, and recently I just lost my Aunt Patty Jo. Didn't really know her that well. She's from my mother's side of the family. But I mean, like I said, I didn't even know her that well. But she was a kind-hearted person, bless her heart. And had a little family gathering at her house. And yes, she was cremated. And my mother lost her biological father a couple years back, or I think it was last year. I'm not sure, but I mean, I know he wasn't the best father, but I mean, he was an alright guy. I mean, he was funny and kind of a smart ass at the same time. And I remember how I first got into YouTube was through a couple of people I've subscribed to their channels. Roman Atwood. He's a man from Ohio, and he actually just got married not too long ago. Congratulations, Roman. And he was also in a movie called Natural Born Pranksters, which I have seen the movie myself, and I think it is freaking hilarious. I mean, some of the pranks they come up with, it just freaking blows my mind. The kind of pranks they would come up with, and I like how they added the Dudesons into there, and of course I do love the Dudesons. I mean, I watched them. I think it was on TV one time. They had a show on MTV. It was called Dudesons in America, and Yuka, the ringleader, and and Yarpy was the funny fat man, and HP was Mr. Sensitive, and um, and I know Yarno. He was mostly the cameraman, but I know some of them have fallen of hard times. I mean, Yarpy has no right thumb, so I'll give you a thumbs up, Yarpy. Or I'll give you a right thumbs up. I mean, but what puzzles me is that they always, you know, whenever someone asks what happened to Yarpy's thumb, a lot of people like say, I know they say that like totally different stories, but I want to know the real truth how Yarpy lost his thumb. Is what I really want to know. And I recently just started watching Burrito Bob. He is an amazing guy. I mean, even though he does drive his family nuts from time to time, but you know, a lot of you older gentlemen out there might appreciate his motivation. Like I know he did a workout video for his 50th birthday, and kind of like his son, I work at McDonald's as well here in my hometown. Well, not really hometown, but it's really a town I was born with, and it's weird because where I'm living, the hospital is just 2 blocks away. It is very weird, and it's the same hospital that I was born in, which makes it more weird. But me, sometimes I like to, play video games or playing on my computer or listening to music. And I know my favorite rock band would have to be Kiss, because when I first heard about them, I looked them up, and of course Gene Simmons, he's the Demon, which I do like his outfit when they're at concert. I do like his outfit a lot because of the horns on the shoulders, and I've noticed that every time they're live, sometimes Gene Simmons will put blood capsules in his mouth and kind of do that thing. And I noticed he hasn't really done that for the song Unholy. And I noticed they haven't really performed that song much lately. But he has been doing that for I Love It Loud. And believe me, I do like some things loud. So anyway, I think that's going to cut it for me tonight, guys. I mean, for today. I know it's like past noon, and I just got up not too long ago. I'm a wreck. And yes, I have a red beard. Some people would say I look Irish, like an oversized leprechaun. Which is true. I do look like an oversized leprechaun. I mean, just by looking at me. So I know I don't really have a selfie stick yet, but I'm thinking of getting one. So hopefully if I try this live stream again, hopefully a lot more people will be on, because it very much looks like a ghost town. Anyway, I also got a neighbor. He's I think he's a restorer or whatever. He's got 2 dogs. And I do love going from place to place. But I hardly get to go out and do stuff in the community anymore because I got rules around here that sometimes drive me nuts. Because I mean, because of my disability, I take meds, and when I take meds, it's not really a good idea to have alcohol, but I do drink sometimes, only when my grandmother lets me to, because uh, because then I would end up staying at her place, and she's more than welcome to have me there for that. And I don't really drink that much, really. I mostly just stick to wine coolers. I know some people will call that a pussy drink, but it's something that I can really handle, you know. I did get drunk on my 21st birthday, and I was so wasted because uh, I know my cousin Chris's 21st birthday. He got so drunk they had to carry him out of the bar. but uh, but I didn't get that drunk. I only got I only got just a little drunk, and I ended up crashing at my dad's, and I got in trouble for that. But I've learned my lesson: never drink too much. Like like me, if I was ever at a bar, I'd probably just have one beer or just one drink. Then the rest of the time, just drink soda. And I have been thinking about doing karaoke contests. I mean, there's a bar here in town, Dino's. Um, they have uh, karaoke from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the morning. But hardly any people go over there. So this is so hopefully if there's a karaoke contest at a bar that is like for people that don't drink much. I mean, like say if it's like a say if it's like at a like if it's just out of uh how should I put this? Um, I mean, if it's like somewhere, or like if there's a cash prize or something like that for the best singer, I'd do it. But other than that, I pretty much just like singing to myself. I mean, especially when I'm in the shower. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people sing or dance in the shower. I mean, when I was in high school, I used to dance to Michael Jackson's Thriller and Billie Jean and Beat It. And I would kind of draw a crowd every time I would do that. But I haven't done that for a while. And I just found out a couple weeks ago that I'm pre-diabetic, so I have to kind of watch my food intake and work out more, which the workout part is kind of okay, but I mean, just walking 4 times around a block. I mean, that doesn't even sound like a good exercise. But I am thinking of getting some weights from like Walmart or something like that, so I can be down in the basement working out, and hopefully someday get a punching bag because I do like boxing, and yeah, of course I'm also a Bears fan. Go Bears, and I'm also a Dallas Cowboys fan. Also a Colts fan, and I am a fan of Chicago Bulls, and I've actually seen the Chicago Bulls play in real life, but that was like when I was really really little, because my grandfather that was alive at the time used to always go to Chicago for like a vacation or something like that. So we went to Chicago and got to see the Bulls play, and I think it was back when Michael Jordan was still on there. God rest his soul. I don't know if he's really dead or not, but Michael Jordan, if you ever see this, I'm your number one fan, man. Especially when you were in Space Jam. You were awesome in there. And I kind of look up to him as an idol sometimes. But my real I have a lot of idols, really, but some of them would have to be Mr. Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan and I know Kiss are definitely my idols because they don't take no shit. Um, and there's also who else? I know most of the naming some bands, but some of their lyrics I can listen to, they're really awesome. I mean, I recently just started listening to Alabama, which they are an awesome band. And I also listen to Sawyer Brown, and I do listen to some rock and roll and sometimes heavy metal, but the rest of the time I just listen to country, sometimes old country, like Ronnie Millsap, Conway Twitty. But rest of the time, I mostly just listen to any music that's on the radio. And I just recently heard that Kiss is doing their final tour. I think they're calling it their rock and roll farewell tour. I think that's what they're calling it. But I never got to see them in concert. But a lady that used to own this group home that I'm in, she almost got threw up on by Gene Simmons when he did his blood thing. And she said she's never been more scared like that in her life. So I also play a lot of video games. Like I did play some GTA 5 once, but really kind of got bored of that. So right now I kind of stick to war games or shooting games like Red Dead Redemption and Call of Duty. And my favorite Call of Duty game is World at War, because then I get to see like what it was like back in World War II, like the kind of weapons you get, like an M1 Garand or Thompson machine gun or an M1 carbine, or you get like a BMG machine gun, big heavy machine gun, and not to mention you get also a bar gun, which is kind of like a machine gun, but it's got like I think it's got like 20 round magazines or something like that. And the weird thing is about the I know a lot of people have opinions about what different kind of weapons were best in World War II, but me, I have three favorite weapons. Probably the ones I just mentioned, like the M1 carbine and the M1 Garand, which I know there were some problems with that because, like in the loading mechanism, sometimes soldiers would get their thumb caught. They call it Garand thumb after that. And Thompson, they had I don't know. Some people would sometimes call that the Tommy gun. But I know I've only seen Tommy guns when they got like grabbers up front. They got like holders up front. And I know most of them were either built with 20 round mag or drum mag. Which I would have gone with a drum mag for it, because I mean, you carry more ammo. And in World War II, you killed a lot more of the enemy with those kind of guns. And huge shout out to Demolition Ranch because they I like how they I like how Matt tests different things against different kind of rounds and different kinds of guns. And I'd say my favorite gun would have to be the Desert Eagle. I mean, even though it does have kick, but I mean, it's just amazing. I'm like, I never knew a pistol could handle a 50 round round, a 50 caliber round, I should say. So that's gonna do it for me today, guys. Hopefully I'll try these again in the future. And as always, keep a smile on your face. And if you're a train buff like me and you love trains, enjoy your hobby. And hopefully I'll have some round fan videos to my YouTube. But for now, I just got some videos of the steam engine over Moon. It's 8419, built in China. And she's now undergoing her 1472 inspection. And I did talk with one of the guys at the Boone and Scenic. They said that they will possibly have her up and running by next summer. And hopefully, if I ever get a chance to volunteer over there, I might get I might have a cab ride live stream. So, and so I guess that's all I got. And hopefully anybody that comments to this live stream that I did, I'll try and talk to you guys as soon as I can. And this is Austin, over and out.